Alright, so we're now back and we're going to look at the fourth thing that we need to look at. So, lesson 4. Alright, so all we have to do is the same thing as before. By now, it should be very, very easy and very, very flawless of what you're like, okay, I remember what to do. If you don't, it's okay, I will still keep going. You'll never actually just be on the screen. It's like, okay, here it is on the screen. Okay, try to copy it. It's like, no, I'm just going to show it to you, and I will take the long way of doing it, too. So this one, probably, well, this one's just a basic one. But I think only fair we might want to actually not have this here today, but we have it here just in case. Now let's go to events, and we want to have the left button and right button. So like I said, we actually are doing the color sensor. Alright, so let's see. I think these first two. I need the first two on both. I'm going to throw this away and hold it and duplicate it. So there we go. We have them both here. Now the next thing is for one of them, we need start moving. Then after that, we need the wait until, which I think is a good idea. We're going to just put it right here so we can keep going. And now we need to put that inside, and we're changing the color to anything we want. And remember, wherever you put the color sensor, which I think we need to make sure you could see it, you need to put it where the port that you said. By default, it says A, so that's what they're doing. We need to just duplicate this to make it easier, so I can keep this on the other one. And I will put this one down below. And we need to put stop moving. Alright, now the next one, we need to get what is called a loop block. So this one is the forever loop. That means it will continue over and over and over again. And my mistake, I guess, yeah, we just need to take this out. And we're going to throw this away. And we're going to get rid of wait until, and this goes inside the forever loop. Now what's next is just getting this one. And I'm going to change it to 50. And then we're going to duplicate it. And I think the left one, the else should be left. So I'm changing it to left. And there we go. So there's what we needed, and sadly it doesn't actually stop the program, so that means that eventually when it stops, if it does stop, it will have to click the middle button to stop it. But how about I show you what happens when I click the left button and when I click the right button. Right, that's everything for today. And see if you can actually do something with the color sensor. And also note that the best idea that could be possible is the following. So let's say you actually are using the color sensor and you need it, What you will do is very simple, which let's say this one was the best one. The one on the left one was the best one, the way to get to it. So now instead of having, when the program starts, you have two options. So because we need to talk about the issue with the color sensor and why I most likely won't actually have the color sensor being used in the future. The reason why is the reflection on the table will interfere with your color sensor. The refs most likely will help you shield it if necessary. I've seen it happen many times, so the refs are very, very nice to do that. But the sad part is that when it comes to the practice table and the event table, the light could actually be different on those tables, and the light that's on your table is different from other tables. So when it comes down to it, there is a chance that your color sensor might not actually work. So it's a good idea to have two versions of the program. So when you actually see if the light refraction of the table doesn't work for you and you can't make it work, yes, refs can help you, but there is no guarantee that it will truly help you. So that's why you need to have one button for the color sensor, and the other button is how to just make it happen without the color sensor. So the good news is that you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, what I'm gonna do. We only have all our programs with the color sensor, and oh no. It's like, well, now you have a backup plan. So instead of actually having to make another program, remember another program actually is useful. Now you could actually just change it. You could actually just have one program for one of the missions, and you have a choice of using the color sensor or using the normal way, using it without a sensor. And one final thing to talk about before we go back to the program, the PowerPoint, is that you can change the numbers of the project. You just go down and now you're able to change them. You're actually able to go all the way to 19. So you got 20 programs in all. And if you don't even use the computer, you actually want to use, which you have to do it eventually, you just use this to download it, and then after that you just remember what number you chose. And remember that every single time you actually did this, you resetted the project. You resetted a project, which means this one is now saved as program 0. So if you really wanted to actually save all of them, the good news is that they're all saved, and that's what happens every single time, unless someone uses the same program and changes your same program. So it's a good idea that everyone gets to have their own program they work on. Don't go on someone else's program. But the only sad part is that you're not able to copy these programs and put it on another program and work on it, unless you have it on this one. So it is up to what you want to do. I would say do what we always do, which is you duplicate it, then you move it to the side, and then you work on one of this one. We'll work on this one, and we'll just make it work while the other one is still here. So there's no real fighting because the other program is still there. You moved it to the side, and you're using this other program to improve upon the previous person's program. But how about we get back to the PowerPoint?